Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to another Ray William Johnson video. This is She Lied About Everything. The stories that he has in his videos are so crazy, at least the ones that I've seen. It's like, dang, people actually think to do stuff like that. Like, I don't understand. But yeah, I don't know what is going on with her. It looks like she has tarot cards in front of her. But yeah, let's get into this video, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
So this woman is psychic, or at least she claims she is, and she's about to defraud this guy out of millions of dollars. Now her name is Rachel Lee, and she lives in Oregon, and one day this guy walks
Okay, so she's pretending to be psychic, trying to steal some money.
into her psychic shop. His name's Ralph, and Ralph is 57, and the poor guy is just super lonely, and he wants advice from...
But also, do people actually believe in psychics? I don't know. I'm not the type of person that would pay to get my fortune read or a psychic reading, because I feel like they just have such broad statements. It could work with anyone. And also, I feel like if you're a real psychic, you probably wouldn't want to tell people, because I feel like people that actually pay for psychic readings or ask for money to do psychic readings, I feel like maybe they're scammers. I don't know. I'm just not into that, so I don't believe it. But maybe there are psychic people, but I feel like they're not the ones that are charging people.
From a psychic. But Rachel Lee, she sees him as an easy mark. I mean, he's a lonely old man, he's never been married, he's never even been in a relationship, and most importantly, he's worth millions of dollars because his family owns a successful tree farm.
Why don't
so
you
Rachel Lee
use the
gives
dating
him
app?
a psychic reading, and they start talking, and they hit it off, and she tells him all the things he wants to hear. And so later, he starts going back to her again and again and revealing more and more about his life. And their relationship starts to get personal. And they start hanging out, and Ralph is like buying her little gifts and writing her checks and whatever she needs. And eventually, Ralph ends up hiring her as his personal housekeeper. And later, he hires her to take care of...
What? How do you go from psychic readings to cleaning your house? What? Like, if you met someone, like, I don't know, restaurant or hotel or something, and they were cleaning, that would make sense. Oh, like, you want to personally clean my house? Like, I'll pay you to do that. But how are you going to go to a psychic reader and be like, oh, when you're done reading other people's futures, you want to clean my house? Like, I don't understand that. Like, how? I don't know.
His elderly father's finances, like help him pay his bills on time and stuff like that. And then she becomes Ralph's elderly father's full-time caretaker, and she's helping manage the finances of the family business, aka the successful tree farm. So over the next 2 years, Rachel slowly grooms Ralph to trust her, and she pretends to be his best friend, and she uses his finances to pay herself $9,000 a month to work for him. Damn. But then, one day...
He doesn't notice? He don't keep track?
Rachel Lee comes to Ralph with a prediction. Because remember, she's psychic. She tells him that he's in luck, and that soon he's gonna meet someone special. A romantic interest. Someone with blonde hair and an English accent. And this is great news for Ralph. I mean, he's super lonely and he loves blonde women with English.
Wait, what was the point of hiring her? Like, why can she not be the one for him? Like, did he not think about this? I'm confused. I thought he did all this for her because he liked her, but she's not the one. Okay.
English accents. So shortly after that, one day Ralph is at the Portland airport, and he just so happens to get approached by a woman. This woman, Mary Marks. And Mary Marks strikes up a conversation with him.
Oh, is she a paid actor?
She just so happens to have blonde hair and an English accent.
She's a paid actor.
And Mary Marks tells him that she's an exchange student and that she's in her 20s. Now, none of that is true, but we'll get to that. So Ralph and
Like,
Mary
even the
Mark
AI,
strike
she
up a
does not look in
conversation,
her
and they
20s.
hit it off, and they start flirting. And pretty soon, they're talking on the phone all the time. But she lives in California, and he lives all the way up in Oregon. So their relationship is long distance, but they're really into each other. 2 years later, they get
Are they
married.
really?
And it's a quick marriage to help her get her visa, but whatever. Ralph is super happy. I mean, he's never had a wife before, even if it is long distance. In fact, bro is so in love, like he ends up getting one of those personalized license plate frames that says Ralph Hart Mary on it. But soon enough, Mary Marks is telling Ralph that she's also a bookkeeper. So Ralph hands over some of the business bookkeeping responsibilities to her. So now Rachel Lee and Mary Marks are
AI did him
completely in
dirty.
charge of Ralph's finances. And then Rachel Lee sells off all his investments, and she's paying herself, she's paying Mary Marks, Rachel Lee's paying her own boyfriend, and they're all living a pretty baller lifestyle off of Ralph's money. And Rachel Lee, in particular, loves using Ralph's corporate credit cards to travel the world
And
with her boyfriend.
he doesn't
Here
notice
she is
any
in
of this?
Paris.
We're here in Paris on our anniversary at the Eiffel Tower, about to have dinner, 5-star restaurant.
Oh, but it gets much worse. Because one day, Mary Marks and Ralph, they agree to start a family. I mean, Ralph has always wanted to have a kid. I mean, someone to pass the tree farm on to. Now, here's where it gets really weird. They've been together for several years at this point, but they've never been intimate. Like, they've never smashed. Never. Nothing. No idea why. Regardless, they agree to get Mary Marks pregnant through IVF.
Dang,
so she tells him to,
he
put
doesn't have
his
red flag
special sauce
alert in
a
his
cup,
head?
and she'll take it back to California to a doctor, and she'll use it to get fertilized. So they do.
Wait, they don't even live together? Why is she going back to California? What? Like, he doesn't notice anything's weird? Like, you don't live together?
Never been intimate. Like, they've never smashed. Never. Nothing.
And she doesn't
No
want to
idea
touch
why.
you?
Regardless, they
You
agree
don't
to
see the
get
signs?
Mary Marks pregnant through IVF. So she tells him to, put his special sauce in a cup, and she'll take it back to California to a doctor, and she'll use it to get fertilized. So they do that, and Mary Marks goes back to California with his special sauce, and she ends up pregnant. And around 9 months later, she comes back to Oregon.
Is it
with
even his
a
kid?
baby. Allegedly Ralph's son, who she names, and I'm not making this up, she names him Giorgio Armani, like the t-shirt. Regardless, Ralph is super happy.
Dang, that kid looks
he
scared.
loves his son. It's what he's always wanted. And she brings him up from California to visit all the time.
He misses you.
Wait, what? How are you gonna marry someone and... Like, why does she still live in California? And you have a kid with them, but she still lives in California? Like, he doesn't see the sign. What? What is going on? They got married, so now she has the visa. So why are you still living separately in different states? And I don't even think this is his kid.
And he wants you to know it.
Okay, so here's the truth about Mary Marks. Are you ready for this? Mary Marks is not some random English exchange student in her 20s who just
I
happened to meet
couldn't
Ralph
guess.
one day at the airport. Mary Marks is actually Rachel Lee's biological daughter. And together, they're scamming poor Ralph. And by the way, Mary Marks is not in her 20s. She was 17 when she met Ralph back at the airport, and she was 19 when they got married. Ralph, of course, has no idea what her real age is. And her English accent?
Wait, what? Like, don't you need documents and stuff to get married? Don't they need to, like, see proof that you're actually who you are and all this stuff? He didn't look at anything. I don't understand. Okay, so there's a lot of problems with him too. So, like, how is he not seeing any of the signs? No red flags, no signs. He's just going along with everything. And you don't even live together.
Totally fake. Her blonde hair? A wig. Their marriage? Also fake. Like, she didn't file any paperwork. It was all...
What? Like, when you file paperwork, aren't you supposed to be together as a couple or something? Like, you do it separately? Like, what's wrong with him? Like, I don't understand. And how do you not know it's a wig? Like, I guess they never touched each other, but something's wrong with him, too.
Part of the scam. Even her name, Mary Marks, is a fake name. But here's the thing. Mary Marks really did get pregnant. Just
By
not
another
by
man.
Ralph. She got pregnant by her actual boyfriend back in California. But little Giorgio Armani is not her baby. Allegedly, her boyfriend wouldn't allow her to use her real baby, so she had to borrow a baby from a family member. She then took that family member's baby up to Oregon periodically to Ralph and told him that it's his son. So this baby in the video, calling him dad, is not his. And poor Ralph, he's unaware of
Dang.
all
And you're messing with this kid's head, too, because why are you having him call another person their dad? Okay, that's weird. But, what's wrong with him? How are you going to have a wife and a kid and you're not even separated? You just got married or something and you're not even living together? I don't understand people.
all of this. And if you're like, Ray, how could he fall for such an obvious scam? Well, I don't know. I'm not him. But I sincerely, respectfully think he might be on the spectrum. Plus, remember, he was desperately lonely and he just really wanted to connect with someone, and someone finally came along. Anyway.
But also, out of everything that you could do, what year is this story? Because if you're lonely, why not just use a dating app? Like the free ones, the paid ones. Why would you go to a psychic to find love or find someone? I don't understand it. I don't know. And doesn't he ain't got no friends, no family? They don't side eye this whole story.
But then things get
'Cause I am.
much worse for Ralph. Because one day his elderly father passes away. So now the whole tree farm is his. So then Rachel Lee, who's still at this point managing his finances, she lies to him and she tells him he's actually broke and that he needs to pay his inheritance tax and that he'll need to sell his entire farm to pay off this debt. And so sadly, Ralph believes her and he
Was
does.
interrupted
He
by an
sells
ad.
his family farm that he loves for $12 million. And of course, Rachel Lee is controlling his money, and with this sudden influx of cash, she uses it to buy herself a lot of stuff. She buys herself another psychic shop, she invests in real estate in California, she buys her boyfriend an exotic car, Rolexes. I mean, these fake psychics are out of
Dang, all these people with like fast money like this, they spend it on weird things. Like people are that interested in like designer stuff and clothes and stuff. Like I feel like if I got a lot of money, like winning the lottery or something, I probably would just stay the same, just buy same stuff that I usually buy. Like I am not that interested in spending extra money on stuff that I don't know. If you have the money, I guess do it, but I am not the one.
control. Until here's the thing to remember about this whole story. All of this takes place in a couple of different small towns in Oregon. And the thing about small towns is people in small towns
They talk.
tend to notice things. For example, that psychic shop where Rachel Lee does her readings, it suddenly has a white Ferrari parked outside all the time. And people in the town are like, how the f*** does anyone in this town afford a Ferrari, much less a local woman who does psychic readings? Like everyone around here drives pickup trucks. So then people start talking and neighbors start believing Ralph is getting scammed. And eventually local police get involved and they subpoena Ralph's financial records. And looking at his bank records, it looks like Ralph had bought a bunch of houses, an apartment complex, trips to Europe, a Bentley, a Ferrari. So police go to Ralph and they're like, hey Ralph, did you buy a Ferrari and all this other shit? And of course Ralph was like, no. So, after 10 years, Rachel Lee and her
you were
daughter's
scamming for 10
finally
years.
starts to crumble. After these women had swindled almost $15 million from him. And poor Ralph, once police tell him that they scammed him, he just wants his money back that he was scammed out of. But he's such a nice guy that he really doesn't want Rachel Lee and Mary Marks to get in trouble because he still cares about them. Regardless, they eventually do get in trouble. And bam, Rachel Lee gets arrested. Here's her mugshot. And also, bam, Mary Marks gets arrested.
Oh.
Here's her mugshot.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Where's your
both
wig?
end up taking plea deals. But here's the thing, though. Even after the arrest, Ralph still refuses to believe any of this.
Wait, but like her boyfriend didn't get arrested because I'm pretty sure they knew what was going on. Because how you gonna get another baby that's not yours? So you wouldn't give up your baby to be part of this thing. So you knew what was going on. So aren't they part of it too? For knowing what was happening, they didn't do anything.
He still thinks Mary Marks is really this blonde woman from England who he just happened to meet at the airport who loves him. So, as part of her plea deal, police make Mary Marks sit in a room with Ralph and confess to him that she's a fraud, and they make her take her blonde wig off in front of him. Once she takes her wig off in front of him, he finally sees the truth, and he believes this woman scammed him. Anyway, Rachel Lee is sentenced to 9
Dang,
years.
the wig was the missing puzzle piece. Nothing else made you believe, but it was the wig.
Years in prison, and Mary Marks gets about 2.5 years.
Why is she
in
posing?
prison. And Rachel Lee's boyfriend, who was also involved, he gets 2 years in prison. And allegedly, even
What
after
about the baby
all
daddy?
that, for years after, Ralph still wore his wedding ring, as he really loved having a family, even if it was fake.
And he's not even really married, so dang. Even after the confession, why not get pets? Like, I don't understand. Because pets will be more loyal and they won't spend any money. And also use the dating app to find a real person, not through psychic. Anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SEKSHI. And if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.